All right, so sitting here with Katlego Khanyisa. He fights former gym teammate Dwayne Du Toit. You guys get it on the 10th of October. How are you feeling ahead of this fight?
I'm feeling very confident. First of all, thanks for having me on your interview again, Hayden. I'm sure you're also keeping well.
I'm keeping very well. But just getting the preparations done for the tournament. How's your preparation gone?
Preparation has been going very well, man. For the past 2 years, I've been getting some good work in, some good experience racked up, and I think it's time that I showcase what I've been cooking up in the kitchen.
Well, that's the thing, right? So you had one fight like quite a while back, and so the gap, you're closing it now. You're into your second fight. How excited are you about the opportunity?
I'm very excited because now I'm going to be meeting a gent that I came from a similar stable from back in Harold Fallback's gym, and back then, man, we were in the development phase, and I'm looking forward to meeting up again as two gents from the East and showcasing the most out of this.
Well, you're still in the development phase, aren't you? Like you got You and Dwayne. He unfortunately didn't get the results he wanted on the first fight. You did. You both have had one fight, but he's obviously going to come with something to prove, I'm assuming. How do you see it?
As both of us, man, gents coming through, it's the sport. It's the sport, and the history between us is also going to give us that opportunity that we didn't meet in the amateurs. So now we're going to be meeting as pro fighters and showcasing the best out of our abilities.
I mean, could you even imagine this? Go back 2 years and you guys were in the gym together, probably like pushing each other to get results, and now it's like going against each other. Could you even imagine going back 2 years and even thinking about it?
Man, like you cannot predict these moments, but the thing is, that's the game of boxing. I love that. Now it's going to be us meeting in the pro ring, because from the development phase in the amateurs, teaching one another, now we separated for 2 years. It's about time we show what we've racked up during those 2 years. It's about showing that what kind of growth we've both made during this pandemic.
I want to go to the burning question, which is, you guys used to spar against each other, and sparring is not fighting. I know people at home will say that as well. How did those sparring sessions go between you and Dwayne?
It was a learning phase. It was a learning phase. Like I say, we were both in development. Meeting 2 years ago is going to be an important factor in showing what we've been doing with that 2 years. Everybody got to show what they did with their time, and then whoever did the best that they could is going to be rewarded on that night, on the fight.
And how are your confidence levels for the fight?
My confidence levels are too high, are way too high. I even if he hasn't worked as hard as he thinks he has worked, he's not going to make it till the fourth round.
What makes you think that?
I'm confident that it's going to be a stoppage, because that's the strategy that I worked on. That's my strong point that I'm going to be showing. And I mean, we want to have an exciting fight that night. So why not bring my all? Why not bring my belief that my strategy is going to work that night?
And this interview isn't about Talent Boloy, but you did mention him earlier. Is there a build-up to the future? Is that something that you want?
Of course, I really hope so. It's just that unfortunate that there's that gap with experience and maybe with times of the matching ups. But I believe fighting under Uppercut Promotions, it will be happening. I believe it will be happening.
It seems like that's for down the line, as we said, but like it brings excitement to your face when you're talking about it. Do you get more excited about the bigger fights?
Yeah. I always get excited about what I plan for the future, because like with Talent also, he's a rivalry that we've always been in the same lines of the amateurs in the same weight division, but then when it came to fighting, we'd not be pulling through. So now that's going to be a moment where we both know how much we wanted that position, and it's going to be proving it.
All right, I've got to ask a question. So recently there's been a split in camp. Sheldon Schultz took a picture with you, and he's left the camp that was which Dwayne Du Toit is currently in. What happened that day?
With regards to the splitting, I had no idea what was going on at the time. Although I was meeting with the gentlemen that were from the Hard Knocks gyms, or for my own financial situations with personal training. But other than that, when I met there, I saw the gents were having their own session and everything, so I couldn't involve myself with knowing if we were taking a picture together at the same venue, it was going to be an eventful thing on his side. I had no clue.
All right, so it's just an innocent picture.
Yeah.
All right, so that pretty much clears that up. So there's no like internal spying or anything that like what was probably conspired to be.
I didn't even know that Sheldon and Dwayne were coming even from the same gym, to be honest.
Okay, so just going there for an opportunity. Okay, so what's your message for Dwayne Du Toit before you step in the ring with him? If you could look into the camera and say it.
Dwayne, my G, this coming 10th of October, it will be known that who's the best from the East. If you're not going to be showing it, it's mine to take, buddy.
All right, and lastly, thank you. Shout out for anybody?
I want to send a shout out to my sponsor, Infeld Twins. Shout out to Danny for winning your latest fight. And send a shout out to Colin for giving me this opportunity. Cyril of Uppercut Promotions. It's going to be an event for the night. I'm going for that night to be the main event with the talent that I'll be showing on that night.
All right, thank you very much for your time.
Hundreds. Thank you, Hayden.